He was showing us some pictures during the break, and I guess he'll tell us the story about how he got the third-degree burns. The pictures are graphic, and they're disturbing, and they're gross.
All right, so how did this happen? When did this happen?
This was, it happened July 3rd, and
oh my God, just like a few months ago.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I've been working on this new comedy special, and I'm doing all these like crazy new stunts. And I was thinking that for the end, a big pyro finale with lots of explosions would be cool. And it goes without saying that the theater is not going to let me do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it in my own living room at home, and I just brought in like just crazy bombs and explosions and rocket engine fuel, and all these.
Now, are you doing this by yourself? You got buddies helping you? You got an assistant?
Yeah.
Like, what is your?
I had a whole crew. It was a big production.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was professional and unprofessional at the same time.
Right.
And
so what was the idea? What was supposed to happen?
Just blow up as much stuff as I could.
I mean, it had to be illegal. I mean, just
I live
there's
in
no
the
chance it was legal.
I live in the Hollywood Hills, and it was July 3rd.
Oh, it's massive fire risk.
Total red flag fire days. Yeah. And I was kind of nervous about that, particularly like with all the smoke billowing out of my house.
Right.
Which it was.
So did you have any regard for like your furniture? Like you didn't want to?
I cleared it out just so I could make The intention was to leave the walls and the ceiling like damaged so that my girlfriend could help redecorate it, so that it would kind of be our house instead of just my house.
All right.
Like that was the motivation.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah. And right. So I kept blowing things up and getting away with it. I was doing really dumb stuff. But
so everything's obviously being filmed. You got the whole thing. Right.
Uh-huh. And then I'm like, man, well, I got to get kind of hurt. So I said, okay, well, like here, I'll definitely get kind of hurt. And I poured rocket engine fuel all over the floor, and I laid in it and did like snow angels,
Oh, my God.
But I called it fire angels. I'm like, fire angels. Yay. My buddies blew it up, and right away I knew it was a big problem.
Well, what did you think was going to happen?
Well, I thought that I'd get a little bit burned, and burns are terrible, but this is the big finale for my new special, so I was.
You had to go that extra mile.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing was that I got burned really badly, and
So what do they do in that instance? Did you have like a fire extinguisher there and all that stuff? So immediately they're firing you out or blowing you out.
The thing was like all I was wearing was jeans and a t-shirt, no fire gel, nothing, and I'm laying down in this stuff, and by the time I stood up, the t-shirt had disappeared, and there was like skin just missing from my back.
Right.
Like
and what was the pain like?
It was bad, particularly on my fingers because that's what I used just to get up, And so I planted my hand right, and this rocket engine fuel is like gunpowder looking stuff, and I figured I've been burned before. I'll just it's no big. Woke up the next morning, and that was when I had all these blisters. I've never seen anything like that on anybody else, not on the internet, not anything. This was the most crazy blisters that I've ever heard of, and I don't know anybody else who's seen anything.
Yeah, he showed the pictures to us. It's unbelievable. So so you didn't even go to the hospital. You slept in your house overnight.
I slept in my house.
Third-degree burns.
I slept in my house overnight. Yeah, and
but what did you do to treat it? Did you put like Neosporin?
I got antibiotics.
You got antibiotics?
Yeah. And
so you have a doctor on instant, right there?
I would go to the hospital so quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so the blisters. That was what woke me up. Was one of these huge blisters popped, and then I'm drenched in blister juice.
Right.
And the blisters were so big they didn't have a chance of not popping. So so they're popping, and the skin, like all of the skin's just.
What is your girlfriend thinking at this time?
Just all of it's falling off of my arms, and I'm throwing it into the toilet. So at one point, I look in the toilet and I think that looks remarkable, and I got my girlfriend filming me as I pull my own skin out of the toilet and hold it up to the camera.
Oh my God!
And it's like dangling off my fingers, and I'd say to her, "I should not eat this," and she's like, "You're on antibiotics anyway, bitch about it."
Oh my God, so she's going you.
Which I think is proof that she's the one.
Yeah.
Right. Or else it gets the hose again.
And it's the first day we kind of had fun with it, but then it's just like each day got worse and worse. Like third-degree burns, the damage spreads. It like So on day 5, I show up at the hospital and I'm just begging them, like, do you have any kind of a like numbing cream that I can smear all over my my burns so that it won't hurt so much? Because I'm like a sober guy and I don't want painkillers. And they're like, yeah, we've got numbing cream, but let's check you in and get you looked at. And the doctors looked at me and they're like, well, what the hell have you been doing for the last 5 days? This is getting totally worse. You need surgery. And I had just eaten before I went to the hospital, and so they couldn't operate on me for 8 hours. And that I just broke down. I didn't care about my sobriety. I didn't care about it. I said, please give me painkillers, because I couldn't take it. This was the worst pain I've ever been in.
And so they did give you painkillers?
Yeah, but my arms were so badly burnt, they had to put the IV in my neck.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my favorite joke. I have a bunch of in the hospital shooting up these great drugs into your neck.
Yeah.
It's like being a pedophile in Chuck E. Cheese.
No.
So how
It's
do you
just
do
straight
that?
dangerous.